So I'm sick as a dog at the moment. I would prefer to be in bed. But the appointment of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services is so perverse, so wrong, and so dangerous, I need to talk about why that is. So let's break it down. So, for those of you unfamiliar with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he has since 2005 been the main megaphone of not only anti vaccine claims in America, but anti health science and conspiracy theories about health. So, he has, for example, claimed that vaccines cause autism. They do not. He's doubled down on that despite being corrected multiple times. His Children's Defense Fund, which is his charity, which gets a lot of money from anti vaccine activists, has spent the most amount of money sending anti vaccine ads. Now, Kennedy will claim that he's for safer vaccines, but this is a euphemism because he rejects all evidence that vaccines are safe. This is like a racist saying they're not racist. It still is a thing, right? Your actions speak loudly here, and he is most definitely anti-vaccine. He's been prominent with this for many, many years. In 2015, he compared vaccination to the Holocaust. In 2022, he compared people who didn't get vaccinated to being like Anne Frank hiding from the Nazis, which actually earned him a rebuke from the Auschwitz Memorial. For good bloody reason. It's a sick comparison. And this mendacity can't be overstated. Again, 2018 and 2019, the CDF were the biggest buyers of anti-vaccine ads on Facebook. In 2021, he was named as one of a disinformation dozen. The 12 people that shared over 65% of all COVID vaccine disinformation. He shows up at people like Del Bigtree, Andrew Wakefield, the disgraced US doctor or UK doctor who faked the autism MMR vaccine link. He's an awful person. And it's not just about vaccines. He spreads misinformation about Wi-Fi, about paracetamol, about all sorts of things. Fluoride, as I covered recently here as well, is one of his pet hates, despite the fact he has no scientific or medical qualification and doesn't really understand evidence. He's been corrected numerous times, but he doesn't care because he's too arrogant to be corrected. His worldview is driven by an engine of conspiratorial ideation, where he must be right, therefore all scientists and doctors who express concern with the nonsense he comes out with are part of the conspiracy. By the way, he has in the past embraced AIDS denialism, which is the idea that AIDS doesn't cause, or HIV doesn't cause AIDS, that 5G causes COVID-19. He's all about that stuff. And the pandemic has been a huge boon to him. He's always been a fringe character. Even his own family have disowned his nonsense. The old joke about only the good Kennedys getting shot comes in there a little bit. But again, he has been disowned by his own family for this kind of stuff. During the pandemic, though, he pivoted to conspiracy theories in a big way. Conspiracy theories about Anthony Fauci, about Bill Gates, nonsense about ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, all that stuff. A bingo card of bullshit, if you want to put it bluntly. And now he goes on about alternative medicine, clean foods, pineal glands, vitamin diets, stuff that we know is nonsense. He rejects mainstream medicine and embraces alternative medicine, right? This Make America Healthy Again movement, which is complete nonsense, by the way. And in an environment where even before the pandemic, 37% of Americans believed the FDA were suppressing cure to cancer, he's got a huge audience. During the pandemic, he grew his audience by a factor of 4. He appears on Joe Rogan. He has no qualification for this. And there's really damning reasons why we should be worried about this. Let's think about South Africa under the government of Thabo Mbeki back in 1999 to 2008. They put a conspiracy theorist in charge of our health policy who denied the effectiveness of antiretroviral treatments for HIV and AIDS. Denied that this was even really a thing. Told people to take beetroot and garlic and lemon juice. The health minister got named Dr. Beetroot by the exasperated medical establishment. And even when the Durban Declaration came out, 5,000 scientists and doctors saying yes, HIV definitely causes AIDS, the South African government just rejected that and hired cranks that told them the opposite thing. And you know what the net result was? About 350,000 people dying who didn't have to die because public health got sacrificed at the altar of conspiracy theory. That is what Donald Trump has nominated. Now, whether it survives the Senate or not, I don't know. I'm not optimistic about anything in America at the moment. I should also point out that Donald Trump himself embraces conspiracy theories. His actual quote when he nominated RFK Jr., was that the industrial food complex and drug companies who have engaged in deception, misinformation, and disinformation when it comes to public health. For a man who bungled a pandemic, who is a vector of disinformation, the irony is so thick you could wear it as armor. So yeah, I'm concerned. You should be concerned too. And if you see any idiots praising this nomination, tell them that I really hope they enjoy shopping for child-sized coffins and goddamn getting iron lungs back in fashion, because that is the reality of an undermined public health system.